Hello, I'm David Hughes. Welcome to Your Perfect Body, the podcast of the Esoteric Teaching community. Today's selection is an essay entitled Politics, Envy, and Jealousy. In this material world, there are always politics, enviousness, and jealousy. That is the nature of the material world. You cannot avoid it. But the spiritual world is just the opposite. There are no politics, no jealousy, or enviousness. That is the nature of the spiritual world. But the material world means politics, jealousy, diplomacy, enviousness, anger, so many nasty things. Now we are in the material world. So we see these things everywhere in the material world. Politics, jealousy, diplomacy, enviousness, anger, lust. These material tendencies are there even in the animal kingdom. Enviousness is due to the nature of material consciousness, material desire, lamentation, greed, and jealousy. One person is envious of another. It doesn't matter even if they are friends or family members. What to speak of enemies, there is envy even between husband and wife, the most intimate relationships. But this esoteric teaching is not for persons who are envious. It is designed to train people how to become non-envious. It is a very exalted scientific study of consciousness based on authorized Vedic sources of knowledge. It teaches us not to become envious. Therefore, the esoteric teaching introduces in the very beginning the concept of dharma projita kaitavo atra. In this esoteric teaching, kaitava dharma, or the principle of cheating religion, is completely eradicated, rejected, projita. Just like you sweep and mop, carefully collect all the dirt from the room, and then throw it away, similarly, any cheating type of religious system is thrown out from the esoteric teaching. This teaching is pure. It is not a sectarian religion or exclusive spiritual teaching. It is for everyone. If there is jealousy or exclusion of anyone, that is not real religion. We should understand jealousy or envy. What is the mechanism of jealousy? Jealousy means that even if you are the rightful owner of something, the jealous person won't allow you to enjoy it. This is jealousy or envy. Try to understand it. Suppose you are the rightful owner of something, and I am saying that you don't own it, I shall own it, or somebody else shall own it. I shall not allow you to enjoy it. This is jealousy. It is separatist, exclusive, unfair, based on envy. So, according to the esoteric teaching, what is the rightful property, the birthright of every living entity? Every spiritual living entity has got the eternal right to live happily and peacefully under the protection of God. God is the universal Father of all living entities, so everyone is equal in the sight of God, and everyone has a right to live peacefully and happily in God's kingdom, which extends eternally everywhere. Similarly, the duty of the government is to give security of life and property to everyone. That is good government. Good government provides security for everyone, not only for the human beings, but even for the animals. This is good government. The government should be equal to everyone, just like God is equal to everyone. The king or the government head must be the representative of God. That is because the power of the executive state is derived from the power of God for the protection of his children. So whoever is able to give good protection, security for the life and property of the citizens, he should become the head of the government. The government should manage so nicely that everyone feels happy, thinking that we have got good government. There is no cause of anxiety. We have sufficient food, sufficient protection, sufficient opulence, everything in sufficiency. That is good government. But people who are jealous should not be managing the government. How can jealous people give protection to the citizens? They themselves are jealous, prejudiced, envious. Jealous people cannot give any protection to the citizens. They are simply concerned with their party politics. They have no time to even think how to give nice protection to the citizens. So this is the material person. The materialistic person knows that he is jealous, envious, and sinful. A materialistic person knows that he is doing wrong, but he cannot stop himself. Just like a thief knows that if he commits stealing, he will be arrested and he will be punished. He knows, because he has heard from law books and from other sources, and he has also seen thieves arrested by the police. Yet he goes on stealing. Why? He cannot stop. He cannot change himself, even by experience. So there are two kinds of learning, two kinds of intelligence, by hearing and by seeing directly. One who is most intelligent can learn everything simply by hearing from the right source. That is first-class intelligence. A less intelligent person cannot learn by hearing and must directly experience something before it becomes real to him. And a third-class, unintelligent person does not learn anything even after repeated direct experience. So our process of approaching the esoteric teaching is based on hearing. We are getting experience about the perfect knowledge, the destination of life, simply by hearing from the esoteric teaching. So this process is for the most intelligent persons. In the beginning, it is not possible to experience transcendence directly. But if one has got a first-class intelligence, then simply by hearing and considering and thinking over it, he gets the experience. But those who are less intelligent, even though they get experience by hearing and by directly seeing, still they cannot stop themselves from nonsense and envy, jealousy, and other sinful activities. For example, we experience that if you are fortunate in any way, certain people will always be envious. Whether you are blessed by wealth, power, beauty, intelligence, ability, fame, or even renunciation, there is always someone who wants to take it away from you, to destroy your enjoyment of your good fortune. This is envy or jealousy. This is human nature in material consciousness. But the esoteric teaching gives us the tools to rise above ordinary material human nature and to regain our original spiritual nature. And the beginning of this knowledge is the study of consciousness. Therefore, our discussion keeps returning to this theme. What is consciousness? How does it operate? What are its qualities? How can I develop my consciousness to realize its true nature? Because consciousness is fundamentally different from material phenomena. For example, you cannot weigh or measure it. You cannot put it in a test tube and subject it to different experiments. You cannot transfer consciousness from one person to another. Think about it. If consciousness were a material thing, then it ought to be transferable. It ought to be measurable. It ought to have so many qualities that material objects possess. But no, consciousness does not have any of these qualities. It is completely subjective, completely personal, completely individual. and those qualities of consciousness cannot be changed or influenced by anything. Therefore, consciousness is fundamentally different from material objects. It is transcendental. It is spiritual. It is subjective. It is self-referential.